Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character expositor by me. So let's get into it. Muichirou. Muichirou loved cuddling you and being by your side when you could. And today, you seem to be extra tired, and that's why he insisted that you rest beside him. After all, an hour or so of rest won't do you any harm. And maybe then you will get done with the tasks that you want once you get back to working. He holds you in his arms gently while he strokes your hair and tells you to talk to him about your day, as he has just come home right now and is more than happy to spend the first few hours sitting here by you. You smile softly as you melt into his arms. You know, nothing really exciting, at least not as exciting as your job. Now, why would you say that? It's the truth, Muichirou. Your job is very exciting. You have many fun things that you do, and you're fighting all the time, saving people, and I'm not really doing much. I'm just a writer. You tell him, because it was true. You are simply just a writer. At least that's how you see yourself. And he just shakes his head and brings his face closer to yours, cupping your cheeks in his hands as he leans in and presses his lips to your cheek. You know, Bayan, if something will always amaze me, it's the way you see the world. But when it comes to yourself, it can amaze me in a bad way. You laugh softly. What do you mean by that? I mean, how do you see yourself like that, Bayan? When in all honesty, the way that you talk and the way that you think and behave, it makes me rethink everything. You shake your head, elbowing him gently because he's truly such a sap, and you decide to tell him the truth as it is. You're a sap, Muichirou. I'm not being sappy. I'm being truthful. You know the reason I started dating you, right? Why I fell in love in the first place. Yes, you never stopped retelling me, dear. But I didn't tell you one thing. I've actually read your books before we started dating, and that makes your heart flutter and makes you blush. And I think they brought me out of a very dark place I was in. I I needed you, and you were there for me before I even knew you. And I can't help but imagine that you've been there for many others too, in ways that you've changed them, Ryan. You do cry at that, because you never thought you could have such an impact. And you know Mewtwo is not one to lie about such an important thing. So he just holds you, smiling because he has accomplished his mission. And when he notices nothing coming out of your mouth for a while, he looks down, only to find you sleeping in his arms. You look exhausted, but he knows how exhausted you can be, really. And he does not blame you for it. If only he just slightly blames himself, really. And he hopes you can do better at convincing you of taking care of yourself. Tengen. Now, Tengen has the warmest arms in the entire world, maybe. You don't know. It's not like you have hugged the entire world, but you've hugged him, and you doubt if anyone could overcome his hugs, and the way he could hold someone, make them feel so warm and safe and loved. Those feelings that he transpired to you through his beautiful hugs, they were impossible to get anywhere else. And that's why those Michelin star hugs that he gave you, they were meant to be cherished and appreciated and inescapable at times. They had their own times, and whether or not you were ready for them, they were ready for you, and it meant you were going to be hugged whether you liked it or not. And at this particular moment, you wanted to do something else. You wanted to actually finish what you were working on, but Tengen seemed to think otherwise. Tengen, please, I have to get this paper done. No, we can do it later. For now, it's cuddling time. What are you talking about? There's no cuddling time. We can cuddle any time. I know, but right now is any time, and I want to cuddle you. So that seems like cuddle time to me. He wasn't wrong, he was technically right. And technically very wrong in his actions because he could hug you later and wait just a couple more minutes. Well, not just a couple more minutes, maybe about an hour. And maybe it was very late. And maybe that's when he was doing this. When he hugged you and walked all over the way carrying you to your bed. Tengen, there is no convincing me to sleep right now. So you better just give it up and let me go, and I will go finish my work, and then I'll get right back to you and we can cuddle as much as you want. Well, I don't really care if you can convince me. It's not a convincing matter, my love. It's a reality matter. And right now, you're facing this very hard reality that is leaving my arms that are about to hold you so tightly, and I'm not letting go of you anytime soon. He laughs a little bit as he's being so dramatic. He knows he is, but you need a little bit of coddling, and he's giving you that because you seem to need it so desperately. And he can't really say no to you. Not when you're so adorable. And also he can't say yes to you because he knows that if it were a matter of life and death, he could not trust you to make the proper choice. So yes, maybe he needed to monitor you a little bit and make sure you're making the right choices, such as sleeping and leaving whatever work you had for tomorrow. Whatever it is, it should wait and can wait. And that's all that really matters. He kisses your cheek and holds you gently, and after a little bit, a sigh just sounds out from you, and you can tell you've given up on trying to get away anytime soon. And with that, he settles and relaxes a little bit, making small circles on your back with his hands, trying to get you to relax. And surely enough, you're asleep within minutes, just as he had predicted. You're too weak to his spells.